What up, boys?
Hello.
Welcome back to the hole. How was everybody's week?
Oh, dude, it was a cold fucking week
It's
here in
cold as
Alberta.
fuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so upset with the cold. I can't wait till tomorrow when it's supposed to warm up, man.
So,
I'm done.
I have -1, I think, which is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. But I was looking at like the 2-week forecast. Every day is plus.
Yeah,
Every day is plus for the next
fucking
2 weeks.
about fucking time.
100%. Spring can't come soon.
Wow, it's not like you have fucking much work ahead of you.
Well, I'm going to school.
Yeah, I know. But as soon as fucking February is done, you're done
I can't
for
wait.
2 months.
I can't wait. I'm not looking forward to the early rises, but school.
Yeah,
games,
but
nice break for
working fucking mud all day or early rising, right? Yeah.
Preach.
March is the best time to go to school.
I agree.
I think.
agree.
I think Bronson fucked it up like going January.
He
right?
got out of the cold.
Got out of the cold, but I mean, there's still cold in March and April.
100%.
It'll still
and it's
snow.
just muddy and
And
shitty.
muddy and shitty.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna miss all the muddy and shitty. That's just good too.
You're gonna miss the Bronson Tide rematch
Yeah.
or meeting, I guess I should
Is
say.
it free range Bronson and indoor Bronson?
Yeah, free range Bronson and indoor Bronson.
I love it. They'll get along fine. They'll butt heads though, but they'll get along.
It'll be great. Yeah. I can't wait. It'll be great.
So yeah, welcome, episode 5, sharing the hole. We're halfway through season 1.
Oh, it was good.
And
But-
just a reminder, that nice little hum you hear in the background is our propane heater, because as I'm talking to Tony and Anthony here, I'm watching my breath just flick out of my mouth, so it's fucking cold.
It's great. It is super. Yesterday was what, -30.
Yesterday
Today's-
was really cold.
Yeah, yesterday was really cold. Today is -17.
But it
Yeah, it
felt
wasn't so
cold
bad.
as a motherfucker
Because of
though
the
for some
fucking
reason. I don't know
cock-sucking
why,
wind.
but it was cold today.
I had to go use the washroom and I had to use the outhouse because
Oh,
I'm at
no.
Welcome to our life.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of the facility,
hmm
so there's no bathroom around but the outhouse.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was froze. Like it's nuts.
So
Like,
where we work, on the burst, not on the liner cruise, but on the burst, we drive around with a porta potty in the back of our truck.
okay.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
It's the old Blue Lagoon. Like
Yeah.
she's come in handy a few times.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
so fucking
But
clutch.
let me tell you, it's the worst experience you'll ever go through every time you have
Every
to use
time you use it,
It's
yeah.
brutal.
It's just there for when you have to go.
have to fucking.
That's what happened to me
Yeah.
today.
I will do anything in my power to not use it.
Pro
If-
porta potty tip, real quick. If you don't want to get the blue fucking Poseidon kiss on
Ooh,
your ass,
yes.
you got to take a bunch of toilet paper, just pull a whole shit ton of it out.
Yeah,
then
nice
just
and thin.
Slowly, accordion it down on top of the water.
Yeah, it gives you
shit
nice-
real quick, and then there's no splash up to it.
It gives you a
It
nice
just
little
stays on
cushion.
top of that, and there's no
Oh.
splash up. Because that
Yeah.
Poseidon kiss, that blue fucking kiss of death on the asshole, not for me.
No, especially we know the people putting other shit in there, right?
Right?
Like if it was just me, okay, fine, go have a shower. But it's not just me, and I'm at work.
Yeah.
I can't
And
just.
the worst part is you're at work. You can't do anything about it. Did I tell you my incident I had
No,
recently in there?
no.
So I went to take a shit
Oh fuck.
in the porta potty. I was busting. I was like, I'm gonna explode
Gut
if I don't
rot,
go
yeah.
poop right
It
now.
was me today.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh fuck! Just after you just left the shop, you're like, "Do I have to go?" No, I'll be good.
100%
You get to
exactly
get
what
to site,
happened.
and you're like, "I have to go yesterday."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, as I'm shitting, the fucking garbage truck shows up.
Oh no!
The boys need to move the truck.
Oh, because we're parked in the alley. right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So need to move the truck. They're like, hey, you gotta hurry up. The garbage guy gotta move.
Oh no!
I was having the worst shit of my fucking life. Then, on top of that, the fucking toilet paper roller
Yeah.
is one of these safety rollers, so you can't steal toilet paper, say if it was at a festival or something,
Sure,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it was the top piece of toilet paper, and it wouldn't drop down.
Oh
It
fuck!
wouldn't come down so I could roll it out. So I'm pulling one ply off at a time, trying to clean the nastiest shit I've had in months
Oh,
off myself.
God.
Garbage guy's fucking waiting to come out. I'm in there like 15 minutes already. I'm screaming and yelling like, I can't get this fucking... Anyways, I punched it and kicked it, and finally I got it to drop down, and fucking I could pull a little bit at a time. But then there's 2 teeth in the back of it that dig into the fucking toilet paper, won't
Yeah.
let you roll.
What the fuck?
So anyways, went through all that, moved the trucks, got out of the shitter. I had to go back into the shitter when I was
Well,
done.
you have to finish.
To finish. It was
finish.
fucking terrible. It was
Yeah, a lot of people.
all the while it was minus fucking 25 outside.
So to all the fucking tiny people, like shorter in stature people listening,
Yes.
they're saying, oh my God, you had to go back and finish your shit. When you're over 6 feet tall and you eat a lot of food, as we tend to do when you're this big in the winter, you have to poop a lot. Like, I don't know, like we're big dudes. We take big dumps.
That's life.
That's just how it is.
That's
Like,
life.
but it is kind of funny when you think you have to go and there's nothing. And you're like, the fuck? The fuck? Where'd it go?
I did a juice fast back in the day when juicing
Oh,
was all
Christ,
the rage.
yeah.
Remember when that movie
Yep.
was it? Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. You ever see that one? The fucking
Yeah.
Australian dude with juicing and all that shit. You ever see that
No.
one? Anyways, it was a big rage for
Big fad,
for a
yeah.
minute. Yeah, and everyone got on the juicing kick, and I did too. I did a juice fast.
Yep.
I was shook at how much stuff came out of me when
Yeah.
I was on that fast. I wasn't eating. I was just eating liquid stuff for a good 4 days, dude.
Yeah.
Just constant. I literally lost like 15 pounds in a week because it was just pure garbage in my
Pure
gut.
garbage
Yeah.
filtered through.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about that. You store so much stuff. Like, there's so much in your intestinal digestion tract, whatever thing. Like,
So-
yeah.
Children, like one of my kids, when they poop, it's massive.
Yeah. And it doesn't make
And
sense.
it makes no sense to me. But that's what it
Where
is.
did you put the, where did
is-
you keep that?
Our guts are so full of nonsense that our shits aren't always just flowing through
Yeah.
your stuff, right? But yeah, no, one of my kids just, wow, what the fuck? How did that come out of you? Like, did you struggle with
Like,
that? Did
are
that
you
hurt?
are you
are you
sore?
okay?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm good, Dad. Okay,
I'm fine. See you later. And you're like, oh my God.
I'm
You're
traumatized.
thinking you're gonna have to have like a serious talk with him. You're like, I'm good. You're like, oh.
Yeah, no, their bowels and intestines are way cleaner than ours. All the years of eating bullshit and not exercising. And
Oh,
whatever.
fucking gas station hot dogs.
Exactly.
Right? Which are, oh,
I
fuck.
was a whore for gas station food for a long time, to be honest with you. When I was driving truck all around,
Absolutely.
all the
Well,
place, I had no
mean-
choice unless you brought
Unless you
massive lunch with you. every
Yeah, unless you
fucking day.
brought food with you. But I mean, fuck, that's hard too. Fucking meal prepping for the week. Fuck, are you kidding me? Especially
Everybody
when
has good intentions until
everyone has great intentions.
it's time to do it. You're like shit.
Yeah.
I'll get like 2 weeks,
Yep.
and then it's like I can do this.
And
again.
during those 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. I
Yeah.
love this. I have this like fucking great meal for lunch every day.
Then I drive by Burger King.
And then I drive by Burger King. I'm like, a fucking Whopper would fucking hit real good right now.
Yeah.
My problem is I like to treat myself. So I'm like, I had a hard day. Milkshake.
Yeah.
It's like I
I earned that.
yeah, like Ryan yelled at me today. Milkshake. You know what? I had a tough day. Yeah, I'm getting some candy.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I'd never yell at you.
Oh, you or Boss Ryan, but I mean,
The stuff you have for consumption here too is garbage.
Oh,
Like same as the States. Like Canada States.
It-
is
it's
just
way worse
The
than the
same
States.
filth
Yeah.
to eat. It is like yeah.
It's way
nuts.
worse
I
in
will,
the
I will
States,
say
though.
this though. Have you ever tried A&W in the States versus
Yes.
here?
No.
Here is tenfold better than what they
Oh,
got.
yeah?
Way better,
I
yes.
swear to God. They use
Way
all
better.
the bullshit ingredients and everything down in the
Yep.
States. Here in
Yeah.
Canada, A&W is actually a half decent burger.
half decent burger. Yep.
Compared to what they put down there. It's just same as McDonald's down there.
Not to get too political, but everyone's freaking about RFK Jr. and stuff. If he can clean that shit up, we might be better off for it, guys.
Oh no way! Yeah, he
Like,
seems like he's
like
on
what
track.
we need to do up here in Canada, we need to get rid of fucking palm oil.
I agree.
That is the
Palm
shit.
oil is terrible stuff.
Palm oil, and it's in fucking everything.
Same with like the
And
red
it's
dyes
super
and
cheap,
yellow dyes
and
and
it's
all that
fucking
shit.
garbage.
It'll
Red
lower the
40s
sugar
and
content
whatever.
too, man. Everyone's
Sugar's wild.
addicted to sugar. Like, and
Oh,
this-
I'm
sugar's
100%
the worst
addicted to
drug
sugar.
ever.
Absolutely.
Worst drug you could do.
Episode 3, we talked a bit on drugs and whatever. Most of it psychedelics, but like a little bit of addiction shit. But you want to see the world go crazy?
Take away
Take
sugar.
away the sugar. Sugar's harder to quit
Yep.
than any fucking drug.
Anything.
man. Anything. Worse than nicotine,
Yep.
cocaine,
Worse than
heroin,
liquor.
whatever.
Yep.
It's just so accessible and so.
That's why I
It's so
thank my
normalized.
lucky stars that I'm not like alcohol was my drug of choice.
Yeah, me too.
They
I
even got the
thank my
right,
lucky stars.
the right algorithm with the amount of sugar per salt per, you know what I mean,
Oh, yeah.
to make it. You want it the most.
Yep.
Like, and they do it. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, you want to see the world go crazy? Take away sugar.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, people would be going
Everyone
nuts.
Take
yeah.
sugar away, close the liquor stores.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Places go bonkers. Yeah.
And everyone would still get enough sugar because there's enough low amounts of sugar in everything you eat anyway.
Everything.
Like, you know what I mean? Meat got a small amount of sugar. And
Yeah.
like,
Well, that's the natural sugars are way
they're
quote,
better,
unquote,
yeah.
better
Your
for
body
you.
They're
can
better
process
for
it
you,
way better than.
Yeah, like the sugar out of an apple is way better for
it's
you.
actually the opposite. Your body processes it slower, which is healthier for you.
Okay, well,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry,
But
let
it's
me
easier on your
rephrase.
body.
Your body is still better for your body.
Oh, 100%.
than processed
100%,
sugar, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
100%.
What is it? Is it fructose? Is the bad one? Fructose is the worst one, isn't it?
I can't even remember.
I can't
Okay,
I
I think
remember.
that's what it was.
Glucose, fructose, dextrose.
I think is fructose is the one that's the brutal one.
Fuck, I couldn't tell you. But I just know with palm oil that is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And it's in fucking every fucking treat that I like to eat.
Everything.
Everything. It's in
Everything we
fucking
eat
everything.
is terrible.
Like it-
The only way to really eat good is to eat a significant amount of meat, a little bit of fucking carbs, and throw in your herbs and spices and
And veg and
berries and,
stuff,
shit
yeah.
like that. But even veg is still carbs.
Still
you know
carbs.
what I mean?
Yep.
It is for the most
I look
part.
at how the natives eat. Like the
Yeah,
natives of
like-
Canada, they eat a very strict, not strict,
Not
but
strict,
it's
but
what's
very-
accessible to them. And
Yeah, it's like a lean diet.
they'll eat like bears, is
Yep.
what I call it, and it's the same kind of shit that's accessible to bears. They'll eat
Exactly.
meat, fish, elk, moose,
Yeah.
berries, honey. That's their diet,
That's their diet.
and they're fit as fuck.
Yes, absolutely.
They're
We've all
absolutely
worked
fit
with
as
that
fuck.
one native dude that you're like,
Oh,
oh, you're
dude.
not that strong, but then he
They will rip your face off. Strong.
Yes.
Like I worked
Yes,
with a guy too,
like,
same thing. And
stupid
solid,
fucking
solid hands, strong as shit, dude. Holy
Yeah.
fuck, man! Like I'm a strong boy. Don't get me wrong.
does. Yeah, but
Pound for pound,
it kicked the living fuck out of
dude,
me.
they're so strong. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
they're so strong. It's
Like
wild.
it's not even funny.
And nothing but respect. I love your diet. I wanna adapt it myself in a way. I struggle with the fucking sugar and the bullshit. And all that
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, this might make me sound fucking weak, but I like living in a town/city right now.
I am not about the city.
I mean, in the
I'm
future,
not
I
a
will
city
not be,
boy.
but
I have to be here because of work.
yes, that's
That's my thing right now. Unfortunately, I'd love to have a little acreage out fucking 30, 40 minutes outside the city, even an hour away. As long as I could make shit work, I
Yeah.
would happily live as far as possible.
yeah. And I
hate having
mean,
neighbors. I hate all that shit. I just want my own little piece of land, grow my farm, grow my veggies. and
have a hobby farm,
fuck yeah.
and then your I
cows.
think your insurance goes way down.
Oh really?
Yeah, we were talking about it. My last job about hobby farms.
Okay.
Coworker had one, and it's either your taxes, something goes way down. If you're a hobby farm, you're not just living there.
Gotcha.
So you get like a cow,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Sweet.
he had a bull,
Nice.
and that's all that mattered.
I'd like to have a couple of cows. I don't want like milk cows or anything like that. I just want to raise a couple of cows for meat.
Yep.
You know, if I could get one to have a baby and then just continue the cycle,
process,
that would
yeah.
be phenomenal.
Chickens.
I want chickens so
Yeah,
bad.
so
I can just
bad.
see myself going out in the morning and picking my own eggs off, getting them from the chicken.
Yeah, like that sounds fucking great.
Amazing.
Like that sounds.
You can get different chickens to lay different color eggs
Yes.
too.
Yes,
So
you
you
can.
can have a
Kinds,
bright
different
looking,
types.
yeah, you can mix and
Weird.
match.
It'd
It's
be
nuts.
lovely.
Yeah.
What's your dreams, Anthony? What do you want?
I watched that too, actually.
I think a lot of people want that.
I would miss the access to everything when you're.
But yeah,
in
it's
the
a
city,
give and take sort of thing.
yeah, it's a give and take.
You're giving away your accessibility, but you're taking your freedom back. You're taking your peace of
Yeah.
mind, your security.
You won't be able to
Do
order
whatever you
Uber
want.
Eats or skip the dishes.
You won't
when
be
you
able
want
to
You
order
gotta-
a private
you gotta-
taxi for a burrito.
You got to cook your own fucking
Yeah,
food,
that's-
which to me would be wonderful. It would give me
It,
all
it,
the
it would
reasons.
force you to plan stuff out,
100%,
right?
yeah. I
'Cause-
remember living out around the Bay in Newfoundland.
Absolutely,
Same kind of
sure.
thing. There was nothing accessible.
Yeah.
My pizza shop was the closest fucking thing. And,
Yeah,
and there was a
it's
gas
like,
station.
oh, I really want to get baked. So you're like, I don't have munchies. Well, I can go down the street. Actually, I got to drive an hour
I
away.
could tell you stories about having to get weed when I had the pizza shop going, man. Holy fuck. Luckily, eventually, I met some people out there and had
A hookup?
a hookup, but holy fuck. Goddamn, there were some days it was terrible.
Before we move on, so the Daily Mail released a story the other day.
Yeah.
A British plane had to land on a remote island and stay there for 2 to 3 days.
Newfoundland. Fuck off, remote island.
Newfoundland. Yeah, it was Newfoundland. A fucking island with 500,000 people.
Yeah, right, the
But
remote
Daily Mail
island.
said the remote island, Newfoundland.
Fuck.
I was like, I saw that. Are you fucking retarded? That's like calling Ireland a remote
Yeah,
fucking
straight
island,
up.
right?
You know, you didn't land in Iceland or
No,
something. You
he-
landed in fucking Canada.
In Canada, yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
See all the plane crashes lately? Speaking of planes, you see all that shit?
Yeah, what's
Speaking of
going
planes.
on, man? Like, it's a bit much in,
You see the
in
one in
such a short
Toronto?
amount of time.
The fucking, he hit the ground so goddamn hard, tore the landing gear and one wing off, and
Oh, the
came
wing
up
went up
and
in flames,
flipped
bro.
him.
No, what happened was when he did come down too hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I've been in some hard landings before, and nothing, right? They're designed to he did, like, I
That's
watched
what I
that
thought,
landing.
too.
I watched that landing. That wasn't
It
significant.
didn't look bad, no.
It wasn't,
No, it
like,
didn't.
it was a harder than normal landing, yes. But it wasn't a crazy landing.
That's-
But the wheel fell off. The left wheel came off.
Oh, okay.
And they still had enough speed and momentum that when the wheel came off, all the force
Flipped it.
cracked the wing off.
I gotcha.
But the other wing stayed on, and then it just slid down the runway on its
I
top,
gotcha.
caught on
Yeah,
fire, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure we've all seen the same interview. The guy said they hit the ground and he's like, it felt like we took off again. That's fucked up.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I will still fly, no problem.
Me too.
Yeah,
But
100%. But it's getting to the point where you're just like, well, you have to ask yourself, are they like the Toronto thing? It's hard to not publicize that. That's fucking huge. But are they now doing this like the media? Are they now doing it because of who's in power in the States? Is it just like, are we just hearing these now because of something, or has it? You know what I mean? Like
I seen
put on the tinfoil
I
hat a
s-
little bit.
I seen a stat that we're on par this year with
Yeah.
the same amount of airplane crashes.
We
or
just
whatever
never heard about
accidents
it. I gotcha.
That they were last year and the year before.
Yeah, we
It's
just
just-
never heard about it.
We're so accessible to media now.
I gotcha.
Everybody records everything at
Everything.
all fucking times, and we're just hearing about it more.
I got you. Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
And yeah, now mind you, there's been some significant incidences. Don't
Sure,
get me wrong, but we
absolutely.
just have so much access to media now that it's
And
in
we're
front of us all the time.
looking for something.
And they know what sells. They know those stories
Absolutely.
sell. They know what's been. It's so. I don't know. I think it's a bit of both. It might be a little uptick in
Sensationalized,
something,
but-
and also the airlines are for-profit companies.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So where do they cut corners? Is it in the safety shit? I know there's regulations and all this,
But still, yeah,
there has to be shit being changed. And they can change. They have lobbyists and bullshit that can change all this shit.
absolutely
So
they do.
who knows, man?
Which is scary.
But air travel is still safe as fuck. There's hundreds of thousands of aircraft flying every day,
Yes,
all day,
thousands
and
all the
there
time.
might be one incident every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
But
Still scary as fuck.
it's yeah, absolutely, because you have no control.
None. Yeah.
As soon as you climb on board, you are at the mercy of that pilot. And I mean, I don't think I've ever had any bad flying experiences. Like, I've had scary ones where we flew to Maui. It was Vancouver to Maui, fucking 7 hours. And so we were sitting by the wings. Most people that have flown, wings can move. They're designed to go up and down. So I was taking my then girlfriend, we're definitely not together still. Oh, fuck. She never flew before. And so I put her right beside the window, and I was like, take a look at that wing. And it's sitting there going up and down, and we're having turbulence, and lights are going off and up, and she's like white knuckling it. And then I was like, it's not so bad. And I was like, it's only like, it's bad when they stop serving drinks. And as soon as I said that, they're like, drink service is over. I was like, uh-oh.
I was on I used to live in Labrador, which is north of Newfoundland, remote as fuck. You used to have to get on a little tiny Dash 8 prop plane to
Yep.
leave Goose Bay anytime you had to go anywhere. So we used to leave Goose Bay all the time for this, that, hockey, cadets, whatever. I remember flying back to Goose Bay one time on the Dash 8, and we were landing in Deer Lake, the halfway point, the refuel point,
Yep.
whatever. And it was the roughest landing I've ever experienced in my entire fucking life.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
was wild. And I'm a comfortable flyer for the most
Yep.
part. Like, I don't mind flying. I'm pretty good. And I can sit through turbulence, whatever, no issue. This was fucked. We were low, like we were coming in for landing, and we were low, and we were up and down and up 10, 15 feet of differentials in the
You
turbulence.
feel your
Like,
stomach in your
yeah.
throat. Oh.
And then the pilot had to turn as we're coming in, and the plane started going with turbulence sideways, up and down.
Oh my
Shit.
fucking God.
Oh, I was on the window seat and I was looking down, and I'm getting like might have been 500 feet off the ground, and we're like dropping towards the ground
Yeah.
sideways, and I'm like, oh. He literally felt him had to catch the plane, keep the turn going, catch the plane. That was, anyways, and then when we came into land, there was obviously massive gusts coming across the runway. He was sideways when we were landing. Like
I
I'll
love seeing
never
that they're
forget.
sideways, and then at the last second,
Last second they pull her back straight.
Yeah.
It was
It's so cool.
it
You're
was
looking at
crazy.
the fucking grass.
Oh man, it was wild.
it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I give those Labrador pilots, bush pilots,
Bush
northern
pilots?
bush pilots. Those guys are wild, man.
Nuts.
They do some crazy shit.
Yeah, a lot of my cousins on my dad's side, they were pilots.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a pilot, man. Once I get to a financial stable point, in my life, I plan to get my private pilot's license. I'd love to.
That'd
Have
be
that.
great.
I'd love to learn how to
Get your
fly.
pilot wings, that'd be sweet.
I think it's so cool. And drive anything else, might as well fucking take to the air.
Well, I mean, yeah, lots of people do it.
Yeah.
Don't need to learn how to land. JK.
Okay, I'll ask you this question. I was asking the boys at work this
Okay.
question.
Yep.
So, you're on an airplane.
Mhm.
I don't know, we're not going to say like a jumbo jet, but we're on like, say a Dash 8.
Okay.
You're flying to Goose Bay, you're on a Dash 8.
Yeah.
The pilot goes down. The co-pilot goes down. The flight attendant comes out and says, does anyone have any flight experience? We need someone to fly the plane.
Yes,
Nobody puts their hands up.
I would.
You're on a plane full of children and women.
Yeah.
Nobody puts their hands up.
100%.
I'd fly it immediately, man. That'd
Would
be-
you?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Do you think you could land that plane?
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Yeah, me too. without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you have the tower in your ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I could
no
land-
problem.
guiding you.
I could land that plane too. 100%. I just need to figure out the buttons real quick.
Yeah, but I
Understand,
mean-
get a feel for it real
Yeah.
quick. Understand the throttles, how much it
Yeah.
works, and that. I could land the fucking
I think
plane.
so, yeah.
I think a jumbo jet would be a stretch,
Yeah, just because of the fucking size and the weight.
but like a dual prop or like a small jet, I think.
Yeah, just like a float plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no issue. Float plane would be hard.
I think so
A
too.
float plane would be disgustingly hard. I think.
Disgustingly
You'd
hard.
have to be really good because it's a whole other factor.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
tiny little fucking plane.
Landing on water, I couldn't do that without training. That would be fucked. I'd
It
flip,
was-
you'd land and you'd flip the fucking
Yeah,
thing over
absolutely.
right away. You'd be done. Yeah.
Yeah, and they land, and it's not calm.
No, those
No,
float plane
that-
guys are wild too, man. Those bush pilots, like I said earlier, they're
Nuts.
They're unreal.
Nuts.
They're quite the people. They're balls of steel.
Absolutely, they are. Fucking yeah, they're crazy.
Would
So
you fly
I-
a fighter jet?
What's that?
Would you fly a fighter jet?
If I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Did ya?
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a helicopter pilot or a fighter pilot. But when I found out I couldn't do either in the military because my eyes were too shitty, I needed to wear glasses.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that. Don't even care.
Yeah.
But yes, I would pay large sums of money to fly a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Or even just sit in a fighter jet while someone else flies it. Like, I would be very happy.
Yeah.
I just love to experience those G's. Just
I'd like to do that and go on the Vomit Comet.
the vomit coming.
It's a 747 that simulates weightlessness.
Oh, yeah, I've
So it goes
seen
up. It
that.
goes in a
Yeah,
parabolic
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it goes up and it comes screaming down and comes back up, and then you're weightless.
For like 2 minutes, you can
Yeah.
float inside the plane. Yeah.
That's so fun. Oh,
And that's basically what weightlessness is. When you're
Yeah.
in space, it's not that you're floating.
Yeah, you're just
falling.
kinda-
You're
yeah, you're-
constantly falling. You're just moving so fast that you actually don't fall to Earth. You fall around the Earth. You keep moving
Fuck's
so fast.
sakes, I
That's
love
what
that.
orbit is. That's what
I
it is.
love
You're
that.
you're falling so fast. So they say to astronauts when you go up there, you got to get used to the feeling of being
falling.
on a roller coaster, basically, that
Ooh,
you're
boy,
falling
yeah.
all the time. That's what it feels like.
That's wild.
Isn't that wild?
That's
fucked
fucking
up.
wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Oh,
And you're moving so fast. So when you're just picture the ISS, the International Space Station, moving. That thing is going.
thousands of kilometers.
God
an
only
hour.
knows how
Yep.
fucking fast.
Yeah.
Thousands of fucking
Yeah,
miles an
yeah,
hour.
it's flat out.
And you're inside that thing floating. You're moving at that same fucking speed.
Yes, you are.
It's
Yes,
wild,
you
eh?
are.
It's fucked.
Holy fuck, you are.
Yeah.
Speaking of space, I'm watching the show called For All Mankind.
Okay.
So it's an alternate history. So it starts off, it's the 60s. Go down to NASA. Okay, we're 2 weeks away from our launch. We're landing Buzz Aldrin on the moon, first man on the moon. And then all of a sudden, breaking news from the moon. Russia the USSR has put the first man on the moon. And you hear, I'd like to dedicate this for my country, and I'd like to dedicate this to the Marxist-Leninist way of life. And everyone's like, bleh! And so seeing that, you're like, oh, fucking gross.
Yeah.
So the Americans like, okay, we got to go up right quick. And then as soon as they do that, a few months later, the Russians are like, oh, we came back. First woman on the moon. And this is 69.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So think of 1970s America in our time. There'd be no way there'd be a woman on the moon.
No.
So there was a major push from the government. Oh, we got to get women into the space program. And
Okay. What's it called?
it's called For All Mankind.
For All Mankind. Cool.
Alternate history. In this one, John Lennon was never assassinated.
Oh.
So the Beatles come back in the 90s and have a reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Just weird shit like that.
Cool. I'd probably like that.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Apple
Apple TV.
TV.
Okay.
Yeah. Which sucks, but
My dad has Apple TV.
Yeah.
I'll just get his login information.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if Apple's listening, no. I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? I pay for all my own stuff.
In the same vein,
Same with Netflix and Disney. If any of you are listening, I pay for all of them.
on Prime, there's a show called Man in the High Castle.
Okay.
So Man in the High Castle, it's based off a book, but it's alternative history. It's what would happen if the Allies lost World War II.
I've heard about this before. It
Right.
sounded great the last time I
Yes.
heard it.
So picture the United States on the west side, like California. That is the greater Pacific states of Japan. On the east coast, so like New York, Florida, all that is the greater Third Reich.
Okay.
It is so fucking
Is
freaky.
it the same for Canada too?
Canada's no. Canada is like in no man's land.
Oh, okay.
You go up there to escape.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. Like
They
in our
don't
history,
appreciate us enough to put us on American
Yeah,
television.
no.
Come on.
come on, we don't exist. So like in our history, we invaded Normandy Beach,
Yeah.
D-Day. For them, they invaded Virginia Beach.
Ooh, shit.
And they nuked the White House. That's how they finished the war. Nuked the White House.
Wild.
That's fucked.
That
Yeah.
is wild, yeah.
And so this story goes along. These propaganda films pop up, and it shows our history. It shows the Allies beating the Germans and stuff like that. And so everyone's like, "Fuck, we can't let people see this. They can't see that we're actually weak." So it's really, really fucking well. A+ show.
Cool.
A+ show.
You watch any shows lately? Any good?
I've actually been rewatching shows with
Oh,
my wife.
what is it?
Okay.
I introduced her to 24.
Fuck, 24 is
Yeah.
good.
What's 24?
Kiefer
It's,
Sutherland.
yeah.
It's,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes place over a full 24-hour day, but it's
Right.
Yeah.
24 episodes
Is a season.
Gotcha.
in a season, but
Yeah.
it's one day in the show. Cool. Yeah.
Back
It's
when
fucking
seasons were
very well
seasons.
Yeah, there's 24 and then there's like 24 something. There's a newer one.
Okay, that's the one where they had that sound with the clock always going.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
absolutely. Yes, it was a huge
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
cultural thing.
And I introduced her to Ally McBeal. She loves it. Yeah.
Ally
Why do you know what
McBeal.
Ally McBeal is?
It was when I was growing up, man.
Yeah, me too. That was a lawyer show or something.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Ally McBeal. I remember my dad used to watch that shit.
Yeah, so did my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
What other ones? There's a few True Blood I introduced her to.
True
She
Blood
loved
is
that.
fucking
That's an
awesome.
amazing show, yeah.
True Blood. Oh man, if you like vampires,
Yeah,
if
it's
you
not my
like werewolves and fairies and lots of boobs,
Oh, I like boobs.
there's so many boobs. in that show. So many.
I like boobs. Not a
And
big
it-
fan
and
of
it's a
the
pretty good-
vampire stuff, but
It's a pretty good. Yeah.
okay.
You guys ever watch Blue Mountain State?
I did.
Yes.
That's a wicked show
love
too,
Oh,
man.
oh,
Like,
oh!
yeah.
I saw it this morning. They're coming out with a 4th season.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yes, the guy who plays Thad.
Yeah.
He announced it himself. He's like, "We're doing another season."
Nice.
He's Reacher. He plays
okay.
Reacher. He's a big fucking. Yeah.
Cool.
Hold on, I'm onto something I want to show you
Okay.
from True Blood.
True Blood. Is it boobs?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You see him all the time in that show.
Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Those
so
are
I mean
nice,
it-
nice boobs.
Anna Paquin.
What?
She
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Rogue
so-
in one of the X-Men's.
Cool.
She's the one of the two leads, I guess.
Yeah, so
You could desert her and Buddy.
The-
I can't remember Buddy's name.
Buddy's name. I can't. I'd have to rewatch it. It's been such a long time.
Yeah.
Because there's vampires, there's witches, werewolves, but it's super violent.
Cool.
Like think of
Yeah, it is.
who did Kill Bill? Tarantino.
Tarantino, Uma Thurman.
Yeah. So like gratuitous blood.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's in there.
The
Like-
most violent show that I've ever seen, and I loved it by the way, was Spartacus. You ever watch Spartacus?
That was
Yes,
so good.
Absolute.
So
So
good.
fucking good.
phenomenal
Yeah.
show.
I introduced her to that too. Yeah, it was the other
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
okay. Cool.
Super good show.
Yeah, and then that one, the actor died like halfway through
Yeah.
the season
Really?
or something. Yeah, so they had to get a
Fuck's
different
sakes.
guy to finish it or something. Yeah, it was such a good show. I love that
So
show.
good.
That the new Vikings on Netflix, really well done.
Okay.
There's
Really
a new
well
one.
done. Yeah, it's like a spin-off. It's
Okay.
30 years or 100 years in the future or something. So the first one had it was Ragnar Lothbrok,
That was
which
so
was a real
good, man.
dude.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
Real dude that really existed.
Cool.
Yeah. Which is fucked.
Yeah.
Just fucked.
You ever watch Black Sail?
No,
That's
but
pretty
that-
good too.
It's like a pirate
Yeah. Yeah.
pirate show. Yeah. What else is there?
Well, I think that's pretty good for the TV shows. This was about that time where we get into the pony talk. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, there's boobs still there. So today, I'd like to go on a little history lesson. I'd like to just puff her, beat her chest a little bit for being awesome Canadians. So I'd like to talk about, have you boys, you might know who he is, but Leo Major. Do you know who Leo Major is?
This is a great story. Tell who Leo Major is.
So, he was a sergeant in the Canadian military in World War II. So, Sergeant Leo Major is credited with single-handedly liberating Zwolle in the Dutch city of Zwolle. So that's the Netherlands. Okay, so listen. This is the story of Leo Major. Evening of April 13th, 1945, two French-Canadian snipers silently advanced on the Dutch city of Zwolle. They had been ordered to gauge the size of the German garrison station there and then contact the Dutch underground. Shortly after midnight, Corporal Welly Arsenault was killed by enemy machine gun fire outside the city, and an enraged Private Leo Major rushed the German position. One dude. To avenge the death of his friend, and he decided that he would single-handedly liberate Zwolle. That night, he was like, "Yeah, I got this. I can liberate it." By all rights, Leo Major's war should have been over when he was partially blinded by a phosphorus grenade during the D-Day invasion. Motherfucker was in France. God damn. However, he refused to be invalidated back to England and persuade his commander that snipers only needed one good eye. Yep. After Arsenault's death, Major infiltrated Zwolle and contacted the Dutch underground. With their help, he was able to convince a German officer that the city was surrounded by thousands of Canadians. And by the following morning, German garrisons stationed in the city disappeared. They just left. Almost 8,000 young Canadians, including 25-year-old Welly Arsenault, sacrificed their lives to liberate the Netherlands. The Dutch people have never forgotten the sacrifice. Every year, thousands of tulips bloom in Ottawa, a gift from the Dutch government. In Zwolle, repeated tales of the one-eyed Canadian sniper who liberated the city from Nazi tyranny have turned Leo Major into a household name. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Yep.
Like my mom uses this term all the time, and I hate it, but it works. We were punching above our weight the
yeah.
entire fucking time. So in the same vein, I'd like to go from Leo Major down to Francis Pega Magambo. This is from World War I. So Francis, his last name starts with a P. It's very hard to pronounce. Francis, he went by Peggy. That's how you know his name.
Okay.
He was Anishinaabe chief,
Okay.
indigenous rights advocate, war hero, born on March 9th, 1891 on the Perry Island Reserve, Ontario. He lived until he was 1952. Oh, excellent. He was one of the most highly decorated indigenous people in Canada during the First World War. So, First World War service. At the start of the First World War in 1914, Canadian government discouraged indigenous peoples and excluded many, from we only want white people to fight for Canada, is basically what they said. However, by 1916, as casualties rose overseas, Canadian Expeditionary Force became increasingly desperate for volunteers. Indigenous soldiers were encouraged to enlist. Despite the obstacles in his path, Francis was determined to volunteer for the army. Almost immediately after the war was declared, in August 14, he went to the recruitment office where he was judged physically fit for overseas service. Francis was one of the first assigned on the 23rd Regiment, overseas contingent of August 1914. Sorry, I'm just, that has nothing to do with the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, known as Peggy to his fellow soldiers, Francis was engaged in fierce fighting at the Second Battle of Ypres in April 1915. Ypres, the first one and the second one, was bloody bad. Excuse me. In April 1915, where the Germans used poison gas for the first time, chlorine gas, sorry. Francis survived, but the 1st Battalion lost nearly half of his strength in just 3 days. After his service in Ypres, Francis was promoted to Lance Corporal in 1915. During the war, Francis acquired a fierce reputation among fellow soldiers as a deadly sniper. Now we have to remember, World War I, sniper wasn't really an official term, right? That didn't come along until World War II. He was credited with about 378 kills.
Whoa.
Wow. From behind the front lines, Francis slowly made his way into no man's land at night, where he waited for German soldiers to arrive. It was a dangerous job, but Francis was an effective marksman and scout. Fellow soldiers recalled Francis' strongest spiritual beliefs, which they believed gave him the courage to participate in dangerous operations. June 1916, Francis fought at the Battle of Mount Sorrel, where he captured many German prisoners. Over the course of the war, he was credited with the capture of approximately 300 prisoners.
Wow.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Can't be stopped.
Several months later, while fighting at the Battle of the Somme, which we all know is very bad, Francis suffered a gunshot wound to the leg. Despite his injuries, Francis returned to the battlefield. He received his first military medal in 1916 for facing enemy fire. He was in Passchendaele too. That's a really bad one where the Canadians got absolutely fucked. When the war was over, Francis had become one of the most highly decorated Indigenous soldiers in Canadian military history. First awarded the military medal in 1916, he earned 2 bars for his excellence as sniper and scout in the battles of Ypres, Passchendaele, Amon, and Second Battle of Arras. Good Lord, only 38 other Canadian men received the honor of 2 bars. He also was awarded a 1914-15 star, the British War Medal, and the Victory Medal.
Oh, yeah.
So
He didn't get the Victoria Cross.
did not
though?
get the Victoria Cross.
I wonder if there was a thing with the indigenous stuff back
might have
then
been.
where it kept
Absolutely.
Because there's guys who've done less than that
Getting
that were
more.
awarded the Victoria
Yep.
Cross.
Yeah, and so into that, I wanted to swing into. There was a band, a Swedish metal band called Sabaton, that actually made a song about Francis Peggy called "A Ghost in the Trenches."
A Ghost in the Trenches. That's
Absolutely.
sick. Is it
Yes.
a heavy metal song?
It's a heavy metal, Swedish metal song. I'll play it for you guys after the podcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it would they got that that's a Canadian history spoken from Sweden.
Cool.
It just crazy. When they were looking for stories to sing about, story wise, let's think. I guess it's A Ghost in the Trenches. Fantastic story because it was a what the fuck moment for me when I discovered it. Oh man, How come I've never heard the story before? It's about a native Canadian sniper. France is volunteering, and he basically fought the whole war, which is a crazy amount of fucking respect. So with Sabaton like that, they do all these, like, all their songs are military or history oriented,
Okay.
which is really, really great. They have this one song called No Bullets Fly. And it's basically the story, World War II, an Allied plane is coming back from a bombing run in occupied lands. It's been hit, so it's just, one engine's running, it's just barely flying. A German comes out of nowhere. He sees that they're trying to make a beeline for the front line, like to get away from them. And he sees that not much can be done, like there's no ammo, there's nothing there. He basically escorts them to safety.
They made a book out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, so they escorted him to safety. And so they, obviously German soldier, or a British soldier, they never knew each other, anything like that. After the war, the German German pilot moved to Canada. And that's where the other pilot moved to after the war too. In the 80s, they actually met each other. They met each other. It's named Charlie Brown and Franz Stigler.
Cool.
And so I think in the 80s or early 90s, there was a huge thing. They met, they shook hands, they got together. And then, 20 years later, or 30 years later, it's now 2020, Franz Stigler's daughter hears No Bullets Fly, the Sabaton song, and was like, holy shit, this song's about my dad. And so she contacts Sabaton, and Sabaton's like, fuck yeah, this is great. Flew him out to a show and like hung out with him all day. Awesome.
Sweet.
And it just, like the Second World War is still filled with atomic bombs, gassings, and all this stuff, but you don't get to hear the humanity very often.
Because there wasn't a lot of it.
Not a lot of humanity going on that time. So that's what I want to, just weird how everything kind of weaves into each other.
Well, I like good war stories. But yeah, I've heard of Leo Major before. He's done some badass shit. There's
Shit.
some good stories out there. If you research Leo Major, there's some really good shit out there about him. A lot of good war heroes. A lot of Newfoundlanders died in the fucking
A lot of Newfoundlanders died.
The old blue patties.
Yep.
Canadians died all over Europe, man.
What's
Yes,
that?
sir.
Canadians died all over
yeah.
Europe.
Absolutely, man. One of my bucket list is I'd like to get to Normandy, France. I'd like to get to Juno Beach and to recreate the Canadian walk. Like they go up into Netherlands, they go to Caen and stuff like that.
Cool.
Love to do that.
Is it Vimy Ridge or something? Is
Vimy
that-
Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a battle that took place in World War One.
Yeah, I think it was World. I can't
Or
remember.
two.
I think
Anyway, no one could take it. Brits tried, the Americans tried, the Canadians took it in 1 or 2 days.
yeah.
Just one of those things, man. Right? It's just one of those things.
So the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan,
Yes.
where they go and they take the beach.
Yes.
That the soldiers have said that's the most
Realistic,
real display of what it was like.
And we have
at
to
that
remember
time.
that beach that wasn't Juneau. That was American Beach.
I
That
think it
was
Normandy, I believe. I'm not sure.
I
I
can't
have to
remember.
watch the
Yeah,
movie
it
and I'm
was.
not
It was.
sure.
But yeah, that was a super bloody one. Like
Yeah.
the Canadians when we went into Juneau or Juneau Beach or whatever, like we fought and stuff, and a lot of people died, but it was way worse for them over there. But I think the Canadians were the first ones to break through.
I'm not. I have to
I-
look at history. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I just picture how insane
The
fighting
fucking
at that
Atlantic
time
Wall
was.
would be.
Oh my god! You don't
Just
stand
all
a
that
chance.
concrete, man.
Second that door of your boat comes down.
Yeah, you have a fucking 50 cal in your face.
Oh, fuck.
Just
Tanks. Have a great day.
yeah,
See you
exactly.
later.
Yep. Thanks for 2 years of training. We'll send your dog takes home.
Yeah, fuck. That was wild. Shit's getting
Absolutely.
wild now, man. The world is in
It
a
is.
It's
weird
going
place, man.
Yeah, fuck. It just makes me need to shit all the time. I fucking hate it so goddamn much. It's just frustrating, man. frustrating.
I just want to be able to really afford to live.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it, we don't live where the fuck.
No, we don't.
We goes to work every single day
Yeah.
for 8 to 10 hours a
Yeah.
day. He comes home, you make supper, and you got all the amenities, you get everything you need, but you can't do anything.
Can't do
you don't make
anything.
enough money to do anything.
No.
Everything
Get a
gets more
vacation once a
expensive
year
when your
if you're
wages
lucky.
don't go up.
If you're
It's
lucky.
fucked,
yep.
isn't it?
crazy.
Everything is
It's
so
crazy.
expensive right now, and the wages don't change worth a fuck.
No.
And it's going to continue to increase over time.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It turns my guts that we allow this to happen. Like, the fees that I get on my fucking power bill drive me to no end. I might use half the amount that they're charging me, and I'm getting fee
Yep.
after fee after fee after
The
fee.
fees don't make sense.
It's bullshit.
No, it-
nuts.
I think they have a
Line
new
usage
one
or
that
some
just came
shit
out
or
this
whatever
month.
it is.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God,
just nonsense.
ridiculous. And then there's a $100 carbon tax thing tacked on here too half the time. And it's like, what the man? Like, I'm so drove with how much money we gotta fucking spend all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
It's $100 every time you leave the house.
We
Yeah.
should-
Every time you leave
Yep.
the house, no matter what the fuck you're doing, you're going to a movie, you're going to do this, you're going whatever, it's $100. No matter what. Insane. And then if you're going to a hockey game here in Edmonton,
Oh, fuck. Go to a hockey game and God forbid you want to get drunk at the hockey game.
that's a $250 night, if not more.
It's crazy.
When the Leafs came here, I was lucky I got to go because my father bought me a ticket while it was in pre-sale before the season even started. So he got my ticket for like $250 lower bowl.
Yeah.
Great. I was looking for tickets to get my mom a ticket for Christmas.
Yeah.
And lower bowl was like the cheapest I could find was like $700, $600.
Holy
it was
shit.
ridiculous. And then you go buy beer in there. For 2 beer, it's I think $30, 29 something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not like,
gross.
like I've heard this from a lot of people. Like, if you make it, like if you price out certain people, they can't go, and that's good. You're pricing out every fucking one else.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say 95% of the people that go to Oilers games are blue collar motherfuckers just like us, right? And the other 5%, they own fucking boxes or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, I want to say a lot of them, they got to go to work the next day. They have to wake up in the morning. But I mean, just go see an Oil Kings game. Yeah, I would love to. But still, like, I would just want to go see my fucking hockey team.
I
play
want to
once.
watch an NHL game. I don't want
Yeah.
to watch the Oil Kings. No offense to the Oil Kings.
No
They're
offense to the
great.
Oil Kings, but I mean, fuck. We have one of the best players to ever fucking skate.
So on this note, this is being recorded. What's today? February 19th, I think.
It is the 19th,
February 19th. We have a massive hockey game coming up tomorrow.
tomorrow night.
Massive hockey game.
Four
I'm so
nations
fucking
face
excited
off.
for this. It's ridiculous.
It is the gold medal match. It's basically a preview for the Olympics next year.
Yeah, 100%.
It is all. That's all.
Now,
this
in
is.
saying that, if this is very different from the Olympics
Very different
because
from
the
Olympics.
NHL is throwing this off,
Yes,
and it's NHL rules.
NHL rules.
And the boys, it's a lot better hockey when you play under NHL
Yes.
rules versus Olympic rules.
Absolutely.
There hasn't been fuck all penalties.
Nope.
There's been fights. Like,
Well, the game that we just had, 3 fights, 9
it was
seconds.
so good. That was the
3
best.
fights
That
in
was
9
the
seconds.
best period of hockey I've watched
In a long time.
a long
Yeah,
fucking
long-
time.
it was so much
Yeah,
fun to
yeah.
watch.
So yeah, if you're even if you're not a hockey fan, a bandwagon fan, whatever, watch this game tomorrow. It'll
It's gonna
worth
be
it. If
fucking
you-
sick.
If you
Well-
support Canada in any way,
Yep.
shape, or form, watch this fucking game. It's gonna be
Sidney
great.
Crosby fucking captain once again.
Did you see
Captain
the
Canada.
empty netter he scored
Yes.
against Finland to put us into this game?
Yep.
The boys were losing it. We were up 4-0 at one point, and then they come
And
back
then they scored
4-3.
3 goals.
And yeah,
Fucking
that
Bennington.
empty netter that Crosby scored, he flattened Buddy, got the puck back, got past the puck, grabbed it with his hand, threw it on the ground, then scored the empty netter. Like, that was so clutch. So clutch. It was fucked. But anyways, game's coming up Thursday, tomorrow. I can't fucking wait to see what happens. It's gonna
Yeah,
be so
it's a free preview for the Olympics next year. It's gonna be great.
good. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I love hockey.
Yeah. It'll be really fun to watch too.
Yeah, it will be.
Show?
Ain't you pretty quiet tonight, boy?
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose.
Had a rough week at work. Anything interesting going on?
No, not really.
No.
No.
Looks pretty cold.
Yeah, you look fucking frozen, man. God damn.
Well,
Well then, boys.
and girls.
Yeah.
I was told that
Yeah.
there are girls listening to this podcast.
At
which
least one.
Which shocks me. So, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by the hole.
Yeah, absolutely, everyone.
Great
Thanks for
time.
dropping by today.
Episode 5. We're halfway through season 1. Fucking crazy. I didn't think we'd get this far at all.
No.
And I've been told it's not bad.
Yeah, that's the also the like.
So, to anyone listening, thank you very much. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for the criticisms.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoy the shit out of this. So this is us talking bullshit for an hour. So grand old time.
It's a great old time.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by the hole.
Thanks, boys and girl.
And girls, whatever. And yeah, remember it's pipe wrench, not a hammer. Have a good one.
Dollar